Now I gotta ride or die.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Now today we have a very interesting car in my possession for the next week. Massive thank you to the guys at Haven't Car Company. They've actually given me the keys to this car for the next week so I can get a gist to what it's really like to own one of these, do a couple of versus videos with maybe the Escort at some point, and just enjoy daily driving. We've been daily driving the 106 GTI for a while now in between other cars, and it is really nice to jump into something that is pretty much brand new in my opinion. If you've ever driven a 106 GTI and then jump into a newer age car, you'll think everything is brand new. Anyway, I'd like to introduce the new car for the next week. It is this Focus ST. So yeah, super exciting car to have for the week. I've driven a few of these for the channel in the past, but this is a completely standard mid 20,000 mile 66 plate Focus ST. Now, generations go, this is sort of the same sort of front wheel drive manual turbocharged setup as the Escort. I think if we really were going to do this though, we'd get a Focus RS, but the reality is I think the Focus RS is four-wheel drive, a lot more powerful than the Escort will ever be. So this is quite a good comparison really, considering that you can get these days fully spec'd up for very good money. So value for money is definitely there on a car like this, but it's going to be really interesting to see what this is like on a daily basis. One of the things I have to point out, I absolutely love the exhaust on these. I think it's such a cool thing. Again, the standard setup at the back I think looks really cool. It is very dirty at the moment because although it looks sunny, it's just absolutely chucked it down on the way home. I've had this car for about 20 minutes and it's already rained all over it. But yeah, interior is absolutely stunning in this, brand new. It just feels brand new, it's insane. Anyway guys, we're going to jump in the car. It's got keyless entry, which is an absolute luxury right now after being in the 106 for so long. But yeah, we're going to get on the road. I'm going to give my first impressions of this thing, see what it's really like, enjoy it, throw it around some corners. So let's go and see what this thing is like. One of the other things I absolutely love about this sort of generation Focus is that when you start it, it says ST everywhere, just to remind you you're in an ST. I really like the dash and the dials and all of this. It looks really good. This generation, I think, Focus inside was such a lovely place to be. So driving the 2016 Focus ST, thanks again to Haven't Car Company. Now I will point out I just touched a stinging nettle with my arm. Bad start to the video, it's itching like crazy. Anyway guys, so what is it like to drive this thing? Now I've had it in my possession for approximately an hour now. We've driven out a little bit just to get a little bit more road miles on it for myself, just to enjoy. And as we take it around this roundabout, it is so nice to throw into a corner, this car. It is so predictable in a weird way. The power comes on very strong. Again, this is coming from someone that has been daily driving older 80s and 90s cars for quite a long time now. So jumping in something that is, you know, relatively brand new. It's got 23,000 miles on it, say 24 nearly, and the seats and everything, it feels like a brand new car. And I then appreciate it a lot more in that sense, because you go from one of those cars that is, you know, slightly older, a little bit more worn, into something that is, in my opinion, basically brand new, and you really understand the characteristics very, very quickly of it. So the steering is very sharp. I think the fact that the steering has got quite a good feel for it means that I enjoy turning the car in a lot more. The power, so third gear, instant, like it's no turbo lag whatsoever, and it picks up speed incredibly quickly. I must admit, from the factory as well, it doesn't actually sound that bad. Yes, it hasn't got pops and bangs and all this sort of burbly down stuff. It is relatively silent from the rear end, I think, but from the induction roar, so say we'll slow down, second gear. Again, I'm not here to destroy anyone's cars, because this will be for sale. Have a car company. So second gear, nice pull, up to 4,000, 5,000 RPM. It sounds, it roars so good. And considering this is a factory 2016 car, I think that is a huge plus point, because not a lot of cars these days have any sound to them, I think. So for me, I like the idea that it sounds very, I'm gonna say roary. Roar. It does a roar. Seating position is really nice. I've dropped it down. It's actually got electric seats in this one. So I dropped it down, pushed it back a little bit. The seats, I would say, are slightly comfortable, but for the larger gentleman like myself, it is a bit of a struggle, but I have been in sloppy bucket seats from the 80s and 90s, so that's sort of where I'm getting that gist from. It is very enclosed in the seat, but I do really like them. They look so good in this Focus. Other things to point out, you've got, as I've said in previous reviews, a boost bar just at the top, and you've got oil pressure and all that sort of stuff. From the gauge cluster at the top, the gauges in front of you can change the actual center screen to pretty much whatever you want. I always keep the speed up there because it's always nice to see your speed digitally. And for road noise and stuff, and if you were, you know, trying to buy one of these as a daily driver, I think it's pretty quiet. I really do. It's also got an indicator to tell me when to change up a gear, and it slowly goes away when it understands that you're just giving it the big one up the road. I think as a family vehicle, you can enjoy this. It's very, very darty, very, very quick, very composed down a road. You can really enjoy this thing. But flip side, again, I'm over 30 now, so family orientated cars could be a thing of the future for me. So back seats, very big. They look pretty comfortable as well. Haven't sat in them, but they do say Recaro on them, so that's pretty cool. Nice big boot. I genuinely think, though, my Escort has got a bigger boot than this Focus. Interesting thing to say right now. We'll get to that when they do a versus video on these two cars. Second gear, little fight from the front end, nothing crazy. No torque steer as well, which is quite nice. You do a little slip here and there, but nothing crazy. Drops in. I must admit, the handling is probably the best bit about this car. The power, yes, is very good, but I do genuinely think the handling is surprising. Yes, I understand it's an ST and it is going to be better than, you know, say a diesel base model Focus, but I do think the handling is probably the best bit about this car. So yeah, huge win on the handling, in my opinion. The power is definitely there. Yes, you could tune it, put pops and bangs, whatever you fancy in it. Very, very easy. There's a lot of people out there that do a lot of aftermarket stuff for these cars. Nice torque as well when it comes in. So that was fourth gear, it's about 40 mile an hour, and it still sucks you in the seat. But yeah, it's a little B-road basher and a daily driver. My first impressions are very high. So we've made it to the gym. Very exciting little car this. I'm very, very happy with the way it drives. That's the main thing. It drives, steers, and boost. The boost comes in really, really low. So yeah, super happy with this. I'm going to have it for the week. Massive thank you again to Havant Car Company. They've really come through, because of course me driving the 106 GTI, I want to do stuff to it, so it's a massive, massive help to have something like this in my possession for the next week. Just eases up the other cars so I can play with them a little bit more, take them apart, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the RS3 again should be back in about 2 weeks time from me shooting this video, so very, very excited about that. But yeah, I I'm really interested to see what you guys think of this car. If there's anything else you want to see from this car especially, please let me know in the comments below. I want to do a few other videos just enjoying it more than anything. No thrashing, none of that. I wouldn't mind doing another versus with another car. I want to do a versus with the Escort, I think, because it'd be quite good to take a 30-ish year old front wheel drive turbocharged manual car and do the same sort of scenario video, just enjoying it, but with this as sort of a versus, but more of a bit of a enjoying the cars more than anything. But again, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. The new drop is out on fydapparel.com. Make sure you go over, support the channel by grabbing yourself something from the FYD apparel shop. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.